Hey Gene. Hey Christine. Hey Sarah. How you doing? Hey Joanna, Kevin. Hey Sonia. Good, Sonia. How you doing? Hey Kathy. Hey Jan. Hey Ceiling fan. Hey Nayaki. Hey Dan Gating. Oh, hey Michael. How you doing? Hey James. Hey you guys. So as you guys know, I got down here not last night, the night before, Sunday night, late. Hey Jake. Hey Alan. So I did quite a bit of photography yesterday. No interviews. I got some good driving around video. Because yesterday was a long day. I spent most of my day in court. And then after that, I did some more. And then actually, I slept 11 hours last night. So I just started my day at 11 o'clock. I mean, it's called, they call it the Michigan Avenue Stroll. I'm on West Michigan Avenue, Michigan and Martin, southwest side of Detroit. Hey, Clayton. Yeah, I had a ticket where the cop wrote me a ticket for Daisy on my lap. Yeah, I couldn't believe I slept that long. Actually, I got up at 7:30 and felt pretty good, and I thought, nah, maybe I ought to try and get another half hour. Slept 3 more hours. Hey, Michael. It was a stupid ticket, believe me. He said it was obstructing my view, and I can't even find a cop that's ever pulled anybody over for that. What they'll do if they see you're stupid enough to have a dog disrupted in your driving, they'll pull you over for careless or reckless driving, and then that's the ticket they'll give you to give you a break. But none of that. I was doing 60 miles an hour in the right-hand lane. Just pulled up next to me. Got it. So I got a bad judge the first time. He's a dumbass that ought to retire. And then this other guy, I ended up having to adjourn it to come back in April. Yeah, it's stupid, really. It didn't obstruct my view at all. They may not like it, but that's not against the law. And Michigan doesn't have an against the law, a dog in your lap law. There isn't one state that has that, actually. So I'm not too worried about it, but, they don't know it. I come down here anyway. So I filed an appeal, and I'll have an appeal in front of another district court judge, and if I lose that, I can appeal to the circuit court, which I'm all for, because then you actually get into someone with some brains, and it'll be worth the time to research it and cite Michigan law if I can find one, and other state law if I can. I'm not too worried about it. I was able to get the records of the cop that wrote the ticket, who's a real dumbass. He was a Detroit cop for 20 years and had problems there. He barely passed the police academy. He got poor grades and everything. Now he's a state trooper. He's doing the same stupid shit. Hey, do you really, Tiffany? Well, the distracted driving ticket in Michigan is most of the time it's for texting. I wasn't distracted, goddammit. I was driving fine. I even got a copy of the police car dash cam, which proves that there wasn't any driving linked to any kind of distraction or blocked view. No, I got photos. I got all that down. Fine. I couldn't come up with a better defense. We'll see if it matters. No, that's not against the law to have a dog. You don't have to secure a dog. Yeah, I'm pretty much retired. I'm just starting my day here. It's just more of a pain in the ass than it is anything. That cop over there just went in there to get a hamburger, I think. Are they really, Clayton? I know for years you couldn't have a radar detector in Canada. I mean, you can't have people doing stupid shit driving. I understand that, but it doesn't affect my driving at all. It doesn't. And if it did, there'd be a law against it, which there's not. Yeah, I mean, I don't blame. I'm all for like making people pay attention when they're driving. It's just like sometimes when I'll be like in a not very busy section of the expressway or something, or late in Detroit. If I'm talking why I have this video, people think that that's the same as texting. It's not. It's not against the law at all. It doesn't have anything to do with texting. Now, if you were weaving all over the highway and cutting people off, no, that's different. But that's a different ticket. I mean, look, I've been driving for 40 years with a dog on and off my lap, and nobody's ever said a thing about it. So for me to be in the right lane, uh, doing nothing wrong, getting a ticket for this bullshit, I'm gonna fight it to the bitter end. Yeah, stuff like that, Tiffany. Yep, that's exactly it. I mean, it's no secret that, because of the current economy, a lot of these municipalities and state court systems, especially Michigan, they've got an outdated, stupid, expensive court system. They've got district and circuit courts. Generally, well, they're separated for sure, but sometimes they're in different buildings. So everything costs twice as much. It just doesn't make any sense. So if you go into a courtroom now and you look at court fines that are assessed, court costs, compared to the old days, it's significant. I'll tell you another myth that people don't really understand. If you have a right to an attorney if you can't afford one, that's true. And all that means is you get a bare bottom, probably inexperienced attorney appointed to you, and that goes in your court costs. You pay for that lawyer. Not only do you have a crappy one, you got to pay for it on top of it. I'll tell you another thing that goes on court costs people don't understand. Jury fees. It's like you have a right to a trial by jury. Yep, you're going to pay for that too. Jury costs in Ogama County, where I live, I think it's around $2,300 now. That gets assessed in court costs. That's why people will get nailed for something, and they don't think too much about it until they get the court costs. You're paying for the whole shebang, keeping this whole damn thing running. Yeah, I don't need a lawyer. Not for this kind of bullshit. Hey, Adrian, how you doing? Hey, Lisa. It is nowadays. Yeah, it is nowadays all about the money, right? I agree. A lot of it has to do with that. It's a 2003. It's just like today. In the old days, there's two cops and they got their bags of hamburgers. In the old days, when you went to college, college was like really not that bad. I can remember the whole time I went to college, I had a new car, worked part-time. You worked part-time because you wanted some spending money, but you could still have stuff, an apartment, that kind of thing. Well, now tuition is used as part of the equation to fund the whole thing rather than a supplement. So these colleges are trying to be self-sustaining. That's why tuition's through the roof. And that's why you go to a 4-year college now and come out with a basket weaving degree and you owe them $100,000. 30 years ago, the $100,000 was taken care of through the state and through federal subsidies. It's not like that any longer. Basically, public schools, even though they're funded, they still have a business model like a private school. Hey, Matthew. I re-uploaded that. Well, people kept asking me where the first Cassie interview was at, and I told them I re-uploaded. And somewhere along the way when I was re-uploading it, it was stayed on the private tab. So I thought they just couldn't find it, but actually it was on the private tab. So it's been quite a while. Look at this cop make a U-turn right in the front of an intersection. It's a $175 ticket. Made a U-turn right in front of a four-way intersection. Shut up, Victoria. Why don't you go see your psychiatrist today and get your medication upped? Go say hi to your mom, Ollie. Dumb, put on some makeup, for God's sakes. If I see that pasty, pale, ugly face again, I'm going to call the police. You're going to need a lawyer. Thanks, Anya. Good job on that. Good job. I do know that, Kelly's telling people that she got a house. I hope she did, man. I really wish the best for her. I don't want anything to do with her, but I wish the best for her. But I don't think she's in that old bando she used to be. That area is dead now, where Maddie and Jarrell are and Marguerite. Now, Marguerite, it probably won't affect too much because she panhandles. But if you're a working girl down around there, you're screwed. No customers. Construction's still a pain in the ass. The people that follow the channel know the Clark Street Bridge had been one of the bridges they took out. It must have absolutely destroyed the business for that BP gas station. I mean, you can't even get off there now. I mean, you can get off there, but you've got to go down far. It's not like you get off at Clark and there's the gas station. I bet his business got cut in half. What are you talking about, Naoki? No, they don't have anything better to do. You'll find when you get a channel and you start getting subscribers and viewers, there's a certain type personality that attaches to certain type channels. And in my case, a lot of these channels that I can think of offhand are people that I didn't want around any longer. Ollie's a fruitcake. Oxycat. There's a bunch of them. And once they get cut off and you don't want them around any longer and they can't post, you want to really piss somebody off, is block them from a chat or from leaving comments on your videos. They go absolutely batshit crazy. I mean, it's like the worst temper tantrum I've ever seen. So when that happens and they can't communicate and they can't come on and try and disrupt a chat or leave negative comments, they'll start their own channel or they'll go to a channel so they can talk amongst themselves. If you look at Ollie's channel, Ollie really doesn't have any content, never will. Neither is her daughter, Laura. And if you pay attention to her channel, people send me screenshots all the time. I never watch it. But you can tell that it gives these kooks a chance to communicate. They're basically talking to themselves. They're not talking to Ollie. I mean, it's the old garbage in, garbage out equation. There's nothing she can provide of any kind of value. Thanks, Kim. And that's the way it goes. Every time I turn around, there's some new channel about chosen one killer, chosen one murder, or some shit. I mean, this is the best these people can come up with, that I'm a serial killer. I mean, this is the intellect of these clowns. They actually think they're going to spread a rumor around like I'm out there really doing this. I mean, it's like something you do in the 5th grade about somebody's dad. Oh, thank you, Joanna. You know, Joanna, you look like Wendy a little bit. I like Barbary, to tell you the truth. I mean, she's a ex-working girl that's trying to make it, and believe me, I was thinking of that this morning driving out here. It's not easy to live that life. It really isn't. It's a bitch. Everybody thinks you just pull yourself up by the bootstraps and quit. It doesn't work that way. Look at this guy. I think he worries about a door ding any longer. Hey, Jess, how you doing? I don't know anything about that, Clayton. What is it? I don't really know anything about it. Oh, you wouldn't believe the emails I get from these wackos. I mean, 4 and 5 page emails about what a crazy killer I am. I mean, these people are just nuts. Hey, Pam. Yeah, they're absolutely crazy. But back to my point, and that is, there's a certain group of people out here that are on YouTube. You know, there are people that wear their hats backwards, that love NASCAR, that drink Bud Light, that are 55 years old, behind in their child support payments, living in the basement of their mother. Honest to God, now she's in Canada, so it's not a fair comparison, but I don't think Holly could pass a 3rd grade grammar test. Oh, okay. Sorry about that, Dan. Yeah, I'm going to be here for a few days, yep. You know, actually, it was supposed to rain all last night, and it didn't, so I got about 4 hours of having fun that I shouldn't have got based on the weather report. And today it was supposed to rain all day. And as you can see, it's actually not bad. No, I haven't been to Windsor in a long time. I got to get over there. I'll tell you what I need. I need to get my rabies certificate for Daisy, and then I'll come over there and visit you. I have it. I just don't have a copy of it. And honestly, I mean, for a guy like me, Detroit's a treasure trove of nonstop great content. So for me to go over to Windsor, it's just like I got a bunch of stuff here I'll probably never finish. So it just doesn't make sense to go someplace where I know it's not going to be as good, which is why I don't spend more time in Flint. Flint's great. If Detroit wasn't around, I'd be in Flint all the time, but it's never going to be a replacement for Detroit. So, and since there's so much stuff here, I'm always reluctant to go someplace else. Flint is closer to me, but not that much. My favorite restaurant now, I'd have to say Mia Pueblo, that Mexican restaurant on Dix. That's the all-around good price, good food, clean, good service, consistent place. And then I do like that Greek place down there in Ecorse. I only went there 2 times actually. It starts with an A. Actually, I think it's good. Honestly, you know, I mean, lamb chops are overpriced everywhere. I thought they were overpriced, but I can't really knock them for that because I think they're overpriced every place. And the gyros were like so-so. So nowadays, you can't be too labor intensive. So the last man standing that's still trying to serve homemade gyros is probably broke. And I get the impression that this Greek place, even though most of the staples of the Greek fare are homemade, I think the gyros come right off the back of a Gordon food truck like every place else that serves them. If I'm wrong, I apologize, but the gyros there are like, I might as well get one anywhere. At a Tigers baseball game or a 7-Eleven or whatever. Well, I didn't think it was that great. They had the best home fries ever. So those are my 2 favorite restaurants. I can't think of the name of the place. Starts with an A. It's in Ecorse on West Jefferson. Well, this place across the street, now this is just my opinion, which, as everybody knows, doesn't mean a damn thing. I can't stand those things. You couldn't give me, if a guy came over right now and said, you know what, I love your videos. Here's a bag of Telways. I give them the birds. I'm not shitting you. The coffee, same way. If you ask me, the one thing they have going for them is that their coffee's super hot. You spill a cup of coffee on your legs from Telway, you're going to burn your balls off your body. I mean, this is hot-ass coffee. And nobody has enough guts to do that anymore, which coffee's supposed to be served around 204. So for that, I give them an A+. But as far as the quality of coffee, I'll bet you money it's Folgers or something like that. These are the beans that fall on the ground that they pick up and sell. They're not the hand-picked beans like you get at Starbucks or a Dunkin' Donuts. I'll tell you who else you got to watch out for that bullshit is Amazon. You know, you go on there. So let's say you want Hawaiian blue Kana coffee. You know, it's like $200 a pound. And you go on there and you're searching around. You know how it says, people that search this, search this. And all of a sudden you see this blue Kana coffee for 80% cheaper than what you've paid. So you order it. And you get it. And of course, it tastes like shit. That's why. There are different grades of everything. Same with food. People don't really realize that. If you're a commercial restaurant and you have like Gordon's Foods comes in or one of those outfits, they have a big catalog. There's like 11 grades of chicken wings, 20 grades of drumsticks, 15 grades of chicken breast, 50 grades of mozzarella cheese. You can pick a level of quality you want. In a lot of places, that separates, you know, fine dining from, God, this sucks. And that's the grade of food that they pick. Yeah, I mean, you can, Starbucks, I mean, that's the highest caffeine content of any chain there is. I don't really care for their coffee that much, but you got to give Starbucks an A for presentation and quality. You can go to a Starbucks anywhere, and it costs the same. And honestly, if you've ever read much about coffee, that's not easy to do. Keeping a consistent flavor with, let's say, a single malt Scotch whiskey in coffee is a real art. I'm not kidding you. McDonald's has good coffee. They just don't have enough balls to serve it hot enough. Like I got a Dunkin' Donuts today. Dunkin' Donuts. I don't like their new cups though. They're paper cups instead of styrofoam. You know that styrofoam, they get terrible having shows dedicated to styrofoam stuck in the blowhole of a whale. So everybody's really cut back on it. This taco truck hasn't been out here lately. So I see it's out here today and it's parked sideways in a different spot. A lot more sense. Yeah, I don't like rallies. We've got a Rallies where I live and I know the guy that owns it actually, and I always kid with him about it. I think Rallies is really crap quality food. Actually, Rallies on their hamburgers, you know, what makes a hamburger good is the fat content. And believe it or not, if you go to a cookout, generally if somebody's cooking a hamburger out in the grill or something or at home, it's 80-20, 80%, 20% fat. Rallies is 25% fat. That's probably why people think it tastes good. But you'll get fatter than hell eating at one of those. Their fat content's through the roof. Hey, Barbarese, how you doing? No, you're right, Barbarese. Barbarese, no, she probably has. Barbarese, where you live, is there like a million different places you can get coffee? Like rallies, I like one thing there. And fries. Personally, if there's a fast food chain and you're starving, fresh fries from Wendy's are pretty good, I think. Yeah, it's I don't really care for it. Yeah, I don't, I've told you guys before, my sister was the first single female to own a McDonald's franchise. She's 80 years old now. But back when she got her first store, which was 78, McDonald's hamburgers were good. Now they went to this bullshit. And you go into McDonald's, their hamburgers aren't even hot any longer. They're warm. Yeah, yep. No, never had that. And if you go out to California, everybody talks about In-N-Out, which I think In-N-Out is good. I would rank it right up there with Five Guys. But let's face it, I mean, how many ways you gonna make a hamburger? Hamburger is hamburger. It's not steak, it's hamburger. So for someone to have the world's best hamburger, I mean, is the world's best that far away from the world's worst? Probably not. There's a famous place right down the street from where I'm staying, Miller's Bar on Michigan Avenue in Dearborn. You used to they have what's called the honor system. You go in there and you order, and then it's up to you 75 years, something like that. But for a while they went to frozen hamburger. Now they're back to fresh again. But, I mean, is it any different than Five Guys or In-N-Out? Not really. It's a damn hamburger. Yeah, I can't stand Subway. I gotta really be starving. I'm about ready to start gnawing on the steering wheel before I go to Subway. Those are terrible. Subway is actually the only place where you could get a sub toasted and it tastes worse. Hey, Allison. Hey, Starlight. There is a good sub. I had one last night. I put a little video up about it. Captain Nemo's. There's only two places I get subs. Captain Nemo's there and a place out in Ann Arbor called Izzy's. Yeah, they're not as great as they used to be, Judy, but they're good. I don't like that bar atmosphere. Dark, you go in there, you can't see shit. Oh, sorry about that, Kim. Yeah. I went over to that Kroger's last night, and right down the street from Miller's, that big Kroger's. That's actually a nice Kroger's. It's kind of like I don't want to say upper end, but they have nicer things. You can get some good beer there. I got a nice sushi platter last night. $13, which is about what sushi'd cost in a restaurant, and it was actually very good. I don't like lunch meat, so Ganella's same thing. It'd be like somebody told me they knew where you could get good bologna sandwiches. I don't really care for that style of sandwich at Ganella's. Just because I don't like some doesn't mean it's bad. I'm sure that's a good quality sandwich. Yeah, I wish if you guys were down around here, I'd buy a Ganella sub just so I could take a little video and show it to people, because people ask me about it all the time. The famous one's down there off Oakwood, down near the Marathon Refinery. But they have another one. The Sun opened up another one near 5 Mile and Telegraph. Oh, okay. Yeah, hoagies, right? Yeah, but the hoagies, at least my experience, they always seem to be heated. Meatball, stuff like that. Yeah, I used to eat at Whole Foods when I lived in Chicago a lot. Look at this thing. And wouldn't you think that guy'd pull over and figure out what's making that noise? He's got a whole truck full of wrecked cars. Get a hold of me through my email, Tom, T-O-M, Reed, R-E-E-D, 1956 at gmail.com. I'm down here in Detroit, Amanda. Hey, Twinkie, how you doing? Hey, Mark. So I'm going to, I think I'm going to drive around here, do some more photography, see if I catch somebody. You know, they've been doing a lot of raids around here. So a lot of the girls are locked up, or they're afraid to be on the street. Oh, I don't like Jimmy John's. I help him if I can. Yeah, I hope Raven. I got a lot of stuff for Raven, actually. Her relatives sent her a bunch of stuff. That's part of the reason why I pulled over here to finish my coffee, Raven. Yeah, I don't really care for Gabriel's. I don't like that kind of stuff either. It's quality food. They've been around forever, since the 40s, I think. It's just not my... I think their ham is their specialty or something. Just not my cup of tea. Oh, wow. Good for you. Oh, Barbara from Manhattan. Good for you. Yeah, I was down around there last night. I didn't see him. That doesn't mean anything anymore because, like I said, the area is dead. I was down there last night. I thought I might catch Maddie out at the truck stop or something. I'm going to be honest with you. I mean, I've been in their corner from the beginning, but that video they left of Marguerite really kind of turned me off on them. I mean, anybody that's of adult age that thinks some stupid shit like that is funny. It's one thing to record it and watch it yourself and laugh with your girlfriend. It's another thing to upload it on a YouTube channel for everybody to see. And honestly, and I'm going to tell them about it when I see them, I just don't think that's cool. I was embarrassed for Marguerite. You know, it just really speaks volumes. You know, one of the problems Jarrell and Maddie have is that people are really getting to know them. And you know what? That's not good. I don't really care, man. After that video, I mean, when I cut somebody off, I'd like to think it's for a good reason, but to take a person of Marguerite's intellect and situation and record her that way, I bet you money Marguerite doesn't know that video has been uploaded. Yeah, you do look similar. Yeah, I just don't think that's cool at all to do something like that. You know, it just makes her look just like an old, crazy, disgusting old lady, which is not cool. I mean, who in the hell doesn't have incidents in their life where you're glad nobody recorded it? So what really annoys me is that, you know, you're passing yourself off as a friend. Obviously, you're in her living space. And to take the video and then share it with the public, not cool. No, West End, I don't think she was either. I'll tell you one thing, when I see Marguerite, she's going to know it was uploaded. I'm going to show it to her. Yeah, I'm going to find out when I see her. I will see Marguerite today or in the next day or two. I'm meeting with Tassie later on. Yeah, that's a good question. I'm thinking about going down to that Greek place and getting something. I didn't get up till about 11 today. Yeah, I know. Well, that's the thing, Angelica, is you never... You know, it's the old adage. Unless you've lived with someone you don't really know them, it's kind of like YouTube. Unless you've known someone over years, you know, you're making inferences on what they're like as individuals. And I really kind of hope that. I mean, there's two ways I think about this in their channel. On the one side of it, I think that's great. You know, they're starting their own channel. People are going to see a struggling couple under addiction. Maybe they're going to help them along to get out of there. I think that's good. I've told everybody I'd help them with the channel if they wanted it. On the other hand, I'm glad they started their own channels, because this notion that you're making money and you're getting rich is a fallacy. And if there was all this money to be made, like Jarrell thought there was, he'd be making videos every day. So I think they realized, after having some kind of initial success, that this notion that you're going to get rich on YouTube is a myth. Have a good day, honey bun. I looked at Twitch, but you know, the truth of the thing is, on Twitch, it's like a gamer's channel. And, you know, it's like McDonald's. If somebody says McDonald's hamburgers, you could be anywhere in the world and they know about it. And YouTube has excellent search engines. When you get on Twitch, you could have the world's best video and nobody can find it. Yeah, you'll find out when you're monetized. That's not what you think it is. I mean, I get a little money in my account, but, you know, I've also got 7,000 videos uploaded. I will agree that the working girls videos are the most popular, but this is what I want everybody to do. I want you to, when you get your channel and you get monetized, I want you to interview somebody, and I want you to talk about drugs and working girls, and I want you to upload it. And then you're going to see how you're going to get your video tagged as not suitable for most advertisers because of the content, which is true. It's YouTube that decides where they want their videos to go and who they want to see them. If you're selling hair dryers or Bible camps or vacation spots, do you want your video coming up, your advertisement coming up in the middle of one of Tom Reed's working girls videos? Probably not. I mean, you can argue it either way. I think it's interesting content, but most people would rather have their advertising come up in another venue. That's up to them. Look, when I signed on, I knew what the terms of service were. But once you get dinged with this unsuitable for most advertisers, the money goes out the window, which is why Social Blade isn't accurate, because they have no way of knowing which videos that YouTube chooses to do this with. If I got $4 per 1,000 views, I'd be rich, but I don't. Anytime they want to randomly tag your videos this way, the money goes right out the window. It's not being demonetized, but it's right next door to it. I'm not famous at all. Not a bit, man. I don't want to be either. You know, I've said from day one, I do the same thing now as I did when I didn't have any subscribers and any views. Bye, Kim. I do. I haven't changed up one thing. I don't think anybody's famous on YouTube anyway. I mean, you may be famous compared to no one knowing you, but it's not like legit like being famous. I mean, what do I got? 115,000 subscribers or something? Big deal. You know, I put up photos and videos of YouTube. I don't think it makes you famous. I think, you know, people share your interests, but it's not like I'm going to be getting my name on a star in Hollywood. I don't want it anyway. Hey, Angela. Hey, Emily. The only sponsorship thing I've got offered was GoPro, and they offered to give me free cameras if I'd put a link to their cameras on other videos, which I happily declined. Oh, yeah. I'm telling you, anything that you accept in lieu of something else. What if a GoPro camera is a piece of shit? And once I sign on with them and I got free cameras, and I'm sure you got to sign some contract with them. Now all of a sudden I'm getting registered certified letters because I have a temper tantrum that my GoPro camera overheated, and I can't do shit about it because that's what I signed on. This way, as long as I don't horror myself out, I can buy a GoPro camera, either love it or hate it. I can use it, and if I like it, I can tell you it's great. And if I think it's a piece of shit, I can smash it with a ball-peen hammer and make a video out of it. I want to keep that freedom. Oh, I believe it. Oh, you too, Naoki. Oh, Daisy's doing fine. Actually, Daisy, animals have routines too. Daisy's routine, I've had her for a long time now. When Daisy comes out of the hotel room, she looks around. If it's cloudy and damp like this, I can tell you exactly what she's going to do. Rather than sit on my lap and get me a ticket from a state trooper, she is going to head to the back seat and sleep most of the day, which is what she's doing now. Old Daisy's not even in her face. She's in the back seat sleeping. I can hear her snoring. I put a blanket back there for her that she can curl up on in the corner. I probably won't see Daisy till 5 o'clock. Well, Tweety, the girl that does the cruise videos, she was someplace, Costa Rica or some damn place, and was going down on a raft or a canoe or some damn thing, and there was some kind of monkey swinging across the trees and waving at him or something. Anyway, it was kind of one of these moments that you're glad you have your GoPro and you're getting it on camera. Well, the camera overheated and she didn't get any of the footage. And I've heard that from more than one person. Yeah, Daisy's a good dog. Yeah, she's pissed off. I'd have had an absolute cow. You can see this tailway does a big business, though. When I see Maddie and Jarrell, which I sure am going to, I'm going to bring this Marguerite video up with them. One thing you can be insured, when there's some bullshit that happens like this, I'm gonna bring it up. I'm not a guy to just let things like that go by. I just think it's really shitty, to tell you the truth. They're a nice looking couple and they get away with extra stuff because of their looks. They get more attention of it, that kind of thing. But if a big burly hairy trucker would have uploaded a similar video of Marguerite, people would have had a fit. But they kind of don't get as annoyed as they normally would because it's Jarrell and Maddie and they were just having fun. Yeah, I call bullshit on that. That's not cool at all. I think this house of dank, these damn marijuana dispensaries, there's a couple of them around now. Well, anyway, they must be open. I've heard they're open because I see they have a security guard guarding them at nighttime. Hey, Horse Whisperer, you down around here today? No, they should know better. I mean, how can you not know any better? I mean, they're 30 years old. I can even chalk it off into being high. And, you do stupid shit like that when you're drunk or high. But I can't chalk it off when it's been up for 2 weeks and they haven't taken it down. That's not good. Sir Graves has been around. You know, the guy that's been posted lately, it just didn't seem like comments that he would make. So I'm wondering if it's a fake Sir Graves account. And also, there was a guy that comes on here, I can't remember all these names, that was going to be getting surgery. And he was going to be in the hospital. And I told him I'd come visit him, and that would be today. He said he was going to be in Beaumont. Does anybody recall that, or does anybody keep in touch with this guy? Because I will go visit him. See, here's the house at Dank here. Nope, still not open, but the security guard there. This area right here is always so super dusty. If I ever get lung cancer, you'll know where I got it from. It's always this. It doesn't even look like total dust. It looks like radioactive powder or something. So I'll drive by down to where Maddie and Jarrell's at. Hey, Horse Whisperer, you on or not? Yeah, I mean, when I see some bullshit like this happen, like this Marguerite interview, honestly, I don't even feel like interviewing him, to tell you the truth. I think that's a shitty thing to do. I don't give a fuck if it's 1 million views. Have a hell of a good explanation for that, or offer to take it down, which is probably too late. Or I got an idea, I'm done with them. Who the hell needs to know people like that? I don't want to know any. Yeah, I will. I will. I mean, if you're a view whore or you're a total slave to YouTube, you can understand how you would want to have them on. I mean, the theory behind YouTube is that if you want a really popular channel that's always growing, you won't delete any negative comments, and you'll keep this bullshit going all the time. You'll make a drama out of the video, whether it's up, whether it's down, whether it's going to be down, make another one, make a worse one, make a better one. I'm not doing that stupid bullshit. Thank God. If I'd have got into YouTube younger, I'd have probably made all these. That number tried to call me from Chicago yesterday, too. I don't know who it is. There's Marguerite right there. There's Marguerite sitting over there freezing her ass off, reading a book with COPD. How you doing? Here comes a medical marvel right here. That's right. How you been?
All right. Can we do it?
Yeah, you know it.
All
I think I got some stuff for you too.
All right.
Damn right we're gonna do it. Your fans are on here. But
hello, everyone.
how you doing?
Hello. I am doing just fine.
Now this is alive, so this is going on right now.
Okay, well, I just started this book by Lisa Wingate, Before We Were Yours. It's about the baby stealing children, these 5 little kids, you know, happened a long time ago, but the baby stealing and selling trade. Yeah.
Wow.
Strong reading from the very beginning. Let me read to you what it says on the opening dedication.
All right.
Okay, this is really, like I say, strong reading.
All right.
Before we were yours. Wait a minute here. Yeah, the opening dedication is pretty strong.
Okay.
If I can get the page. Here it is. For the hundreds who vanished and for the thousands who didn't, may your stories not be forgotten. For those who have today's orphans find forever homes, may you always know the value of your work and your love. Here it is, right here.
Wow.
Did you know that in this land of the free and home of the brave, there is a great baby market, and the securities which change hands are not mere engraved slips of paper promising certain financial dividends, but live, kicking, flesh and blood babies.
Wow.
Here we go. They are, Georgia Tan has said repeatedly, blank slates. They are born untainted, and if you adopt them at an early age and surround them with beauty and culture, they will become anything you wish them to be.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Pretty nice, yeah.
Well, I'm gonna see what you got. You know, right off the bat, I want to get to this, and that is that there was a video that was uploaded to you a couple weeks ago by Jarrell and Maddie. It did not really paint you in a very favorable light.
Okay.
You familiar with that?
I don't know. When somebody invaded our pee-pee spot.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Okay, yeah, that, yeah.
But the point here is I'm upset about it, and other people are upset about it, because rather than point you as the person you are, an older woman struggling with addiction that's having a hard time making it.
That's right.
It kind of paints you as like someone that isn't that way.
Oh.
So I want to let you know about it.
No, I am an older woman who is struggling, yes.
That's right. But I don't.
I can become rather intense sometimes.
Yeah.
You know.
But I don't think that's cool.
You know, I think I'll have a word with them.
Okay. All right. That's all you got to say about it.
Thank you.
All right. Now I'm going to go over here and I'm going to have a word with them about it when I see them. Okay. Hang on a second here, you guys. How you been feeling?
Oh, I've been feeling better.
Good.
Oh.
Now here, I think Miranda, I think I gave you. Have you seen Miranda lately?
Oh, yeah, I seen her this morning.
You did?
Yeah, she's back here somewhere.
So she's still around, huh? Let me look in here, check my files out. Here's a lace and a big box of stuff. Here's the dazer.
Okay. Oh.
This is a lady. Here's a big thing of candy.
Yeah, I need a bag.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you a bag. Yep.
Thank you.
I had some. Oh, here's one right here. This is a bag from last time.
Oh, yes.
You like that?
I do. Yeah, and I need it too.
Do you need a, how about a nice warm?
Absolutely.
Look at this.
Oh, that's beautiful. Yes.
That's a warm sweater.
Yes.
And actually, look in here. This is a lady sent this from Carver, Minnesota. Look in there, see if there's anything you want.
Okay. Well, that's cute. La, 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 ooh, that's great. Yes.
Think you'll wear that?
What the heck? It's cute. I don't know what it is.
Stay there, Days.
Oh, it's a hat.
Oh, okay.
Oh, this. Oh.
You like that?
Yes.
What do you put that over your eyes so you can sleep?
Right. Ah, with some gloves. Okay.
And do you know May? Do you remember May? She sent you things before.
Yeah.
Yeah, May. Take one of these out. It's a bracelet.
Okay.
Take one of those out. I gave you a necklace before, didn't I?
Yes.
Still got it?
Yes, I do.
All right.
Yes, I do. Here you go. Whoops. There you go.
So that's from May. You got that. I think you haven't seen cricket, have you?
No.
That's it. Hey, here's one of my business cards too.
Oh, cool.
So I got that. And I got it. Let me check this. You got everything out of there you want?
Yeah,
Okay.
I do.
And that's for Raven. You don't know Raven, do you?
Well, yeah, I do.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I know Raven.
I got her sister's been getting a hold of me. I thought I gave you one of these candy things before. I'm gonna give you this one.
Thank you.
Oh, here, this is my fault. This lady sent this to you 2 months ago, and it was in the back of my van.
Oh.
She hand knitted a scarf for you.
Oh.
Her name's Dawn.
Oh.
Yeah, wasn't that sweet of her?
It was. Okay.
Yep, you can it'll come out easy on the top. Like, yeah, just tear that baby open. Yep, beautiful scarf. And my apologies for taking too long. Hand knitted that, isn't that something?
That is beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh. Heck yeah. I don't know if I should open this or not.
What is it?
The remnants of a card.
Okay. Yeah, that was a card that I stuffed in that box because I didn't realize that was for you.
Oh,
so put
okay.
that in your box too, and you got your candy. I got that, and you got everything out of that box you wanted. This is yours.
Yep.
Then I'll pay you for your interview.
Okay.
We'll be cool.
All right. Yes.
So I'll see you before I go too. I'll hook you up with some cash.
All right.
Don't make me look bad.
I won't. Thank you so much.
All right, you have a good day.
Bye.
Say goodbye to your fans out there.
Bye, people.
Is Gar working today?
I don't know.
All right. Have a good day, Marguerite. Hey, I'll see you before I go.
All right.
Freeze your ass off here today. Move over, hon. Move over, hon. Please get over. Yeah, that girl. Good girl, honey. How'd you like to live that life? COPD, pacemaker. I'm telling you, man, she's a medical marvel. And I'm going to meet Tassie today too. Lady sent her $50 plus some clothes. I'm gonna get Tassie's cash app from her. Look, Tassie is really trying to make it. Long story short on Tassie. Tassie to me I mean, there's certain events that happened in your life that just make a remarkable impression on you. You know, births, deaths, media events. And I will honestly say that I would say Tassie is probably one of the top 10 events in my life that is remarkable in the sense that she's still amongst the living. And she's actually working and doing well. It just blows my mind. If you look at the old Tassie videos, I would have given you 25 to 1 odds that Tassie'd be dead by now. There's some douchebag that actually took pictures of Tassie when she was 14 years old working the streets of Detroit. Like, that's an okay thing to do. To me, that just is something really wrong with that. You can Google it. Find her pictures on there. Working the streets since 14. She's 30 now. The shit she's been through is just, she's another medical marvel. So, to get to the point is, Tassie's really trying to make it. And if you understand addiction, I'm not saying that I do. I know a little bit about it, not a lot. You realize these people are going to just regress, and they're going to relapse. And that happens from time to time. Well, Tassie hasn't done that. But what she did do is, despite being addicted to drugs and enjoying drugs, you form friendships. And just because somebody's on drugs doesn't mean they're a bad person. Tassie has never driven a car. She doesn't have a driver's license. And about a month ago, she got a ride to her boyfriend's house. He lives in Detroit. She lives in a suburb. And they got pulled over. And I looked at the police report. Everybody but Tassie had drug paraphernalia on there. Now, Tassie is a lot of things, but one thing she's not, and that's a liar. And I think that's part of her popularity. She tells it like it is. But because she was in a car, she got tagged with having drug paraphernalia, even though none was on her person. So here she is trying to get back on her feet, working a job, gets charged with this bullshit. And, had court costs, fines, that kind of thing. And when you're working a minimum wage job, it's hard enough to make ends meet anyway, let alone with court fines. Now, you could say, well, how about the people that weren't in cars that didn't get charged with drug? I agree. But in this instance, I'm accepting that, understanding her plight, and I'm trying to help her out. I'm not asking for anybody's permission. So I got Tassie's got lined up with the Cash App. I'm going to give her some money today, things people sent. And I wish the best for her. And that's just the way that it goes with people that have come from, checkered past. And I'm really looking forward to Tassie's a unique person. So is Marguerite. You see, Marguerite, now, this is one of those instances where here we're just having a vanilla conversation. How you doing? Isn't it cloudy today? Let's hope it gets warmer bullshit. Typical daytime chatter. Did you see Marguerite snap the hell out of that for about 3 seconds when she realized that video was uploaded and under what circumstances? Did you see her say, I'm going to have a word with them? This is how people are, man. You can't write these people off as being stupid or ignorant. The old light bulb went on right then and there. And she'd realized what had happened. You were right. Marguerite didn't realize that the video had been uploaded. That's exactly right. Well, she does now. So you can't underestimate the feelings of these people. They're just like anybody else. They're experts, and they got their radar on all the time, being sensitive. That's why you can't make crappy comments or be rude. They're going to catch that in a heartbeat, Tassie included. That's not cool what happened to her. What in the hell do I want to interview somebody for that'd take a video like that and upload it about her? It's a bunch of bullshit. Hey, Leanne. Yeah, you got it, Shell. Yeah, you recognize that's exactly it. All these women that I know, that I've had experience with, like I've joked before, they ought to can all the top echelon in Homeland Security and hire Marguerite, Tassie, and Ebony, Jamie, and to take the top jobs at Homeland Security, because you're not going to bullshit these people for a second. Yeah, they got their problems, but they're experts at ferreting out bullshit and bad people. Yeah, I mean, I don't think this is any great works that I do. Honest to God, it's just kind of like a fun hobby. I've been this way my whole life, even before YouTube. I wouldn't even take credit for doing anything good. I would just do this, whether I had a YouTube channel or not. I know a lot of people do this stuff that don't have a YouTube channel. It's interesting to me, and honestly, I enjoy it. What is it I enjoy about it? That's a good question. Because one thing that I'm very careful about is doing things to pat myself on the back, and this isn't one of them, I can tell you that. So that's good. So, it seems just like a normal day. Well, it's not a normal day. This is actually a good day. And you know why it's a good day? There goes Marguerite with her bag on her back, with a coffee in her hand. You know why it's a good day? Because Marguerite just got clued in. You know, I didn't. It's cold out here today. I would have loved to taken some photos of Marguerite and done another interview with her, but it's cold. I'll catch her later on when it warms up. But Wackadoodle Dan, I think he's still missing. Mike, that's that scumbag Barium. Good job on that. That's that shitbag that's always trying to worm himself into other people's channels and cause trouble. Barium, why don't you come down here now while I'm doing these lives so I can talk to you, you pussy. Oh, big time, Tish. But see, Tish, that's my whole point, though. You're getting to know the real people now. A little bit of popularity, maybe some money down the road, and they will do anything to get it, even if it means humiliating an old woman. Barium, come down here now and talk that shit to my face so I can get it on video. You're probably wearing your mom's underwear. Hey Mike, how you doing? Yeah, it's not cool, Tyra. Well, you know what though? It's like karma. It doesn't come on the timetable that you're happy with. You never know when somebody's going to get it slung to them, but it's going to come. And that's the kind of shit that comes back and bites you in the ass. It may be 5 years from now, but I don't think it's 5 years from now, to be honest with you. I think it's right now, because if you look at the popularity and the attention of their channel, it's taken a huge nosedive. And that just speaks volumes to me. Everybody out there that liked Marguerite realizes what a shitty thing that was to do. And if it means ignoring them, they're going to do it. Probably, Teresa. Tassie's great. I'm going to meet up with Tassie today. She's great. Yeah, there's a comment that Maya Angelou made, something about meeting someone when they show their true colors, believe it. It's I forget what the quote is, but it's really good. I'll tell you what sucks, and that is that there was enough time between that video and now that Marguerite would have got her typical cards for people with $5 or $10 in it. She didn't get anything this time. Nothing. Well, in Detroit here, you can't tell if it's a birthday party or somebody got shot on this corner. Oh, looks like somebody got killed on that corner. Yeah, that's what it is. Yep, that's what it is. Yeah, it's a great quote, isn't it? Well, I think it's time for a $15 bowl. I think I'll steal it out of some of the donations somebody sent me. Did you hear that okay, Ollie? Or your daughter? Edit that out so you can make another video of me. I'm going to take the money that was sent for somebody else and I'm going to buy myself a $15 bowl soup. Repeat. I'm going to steal money and buy myself a $15 bowl of soup. Edit that out and make a new video. Yep, Johnny Noodles, that's it. You know, I think it's they're showing it's like 48 or something like that out today. But it actually feels like 10 below zero. Freeze your damn ass off standing outside today. That's why I'm not all balls out for getting interviews right now. When it's cold like this, it rushes things, and I don't have any timetable to be home. So I'd rather do photography and wait for a better day. I mean, I will do it if I can, but I'm not like, all in. Hey Philip, how's it going? Hey Mississippi, how you doing? I get so many emails. I don't mean to sound like some pompous asshole, but man, I just can't even respond to them anymore. They get buried so quick, because I get an email for every comment. Send me another one. If you guys have an email and you really want to make sure that I read it, put something in the subject line and highlight it, because Gmail emails, they all look alike. So if you put something in the subject, title, headline, whatever the hell they call it, I'm much more apt to see it. Send me another email. I'll respond to it. See you, totally loser. See you later, loser. Hey, somebody sent me a damn clip of a video. Long story short, I won't bore you. There was a time about a year ago where that crazy old troll Ollie was on there making comments about something. This is before I really knew her. And fake profiles are abound. There's a million of them. There's a ton of them out there, right? So she was in chats, and it finally got to the point where she caused so much trouble that we ended up blocking her. But during the course of the initial chat, we were on like super late one night, 2, 3 in the morning, that kind of thing. And she made a comment about what a great body she had. And I made a comment about, if you have a great body, I said, send me bathing suit, a bikini shot. I did say that. And I said it because at the time, without really knowing what she looked like, it sounded pretty good. I didn't ask her for a nude photo. I said, send this shot in a bikini. Well, she puts that in her crazy stalking videos now. Here's the truth. I would have gladly liked to look at a picture that she was willing to send in a bikini until I saw what she looked like. And now I can tell you emphatically, Ollie, don't ever send me any picture of anything, particularly in a bathing suit. It was a comment made in jest on a late night chat. I did say it, but once I figured out who I was talking to, it was obviously I was way off base. Oh, Tassie's a sweetheart. Yeah, I love Tassie. And I don't want to say that I'm protective of these people, but I guess I am. And the way that I notice that is when I got guys wanting to get together with these girls based on my videos. That ain't happening. Look, I know what they do for a living, and I know that when I'm not around, I know what goes on. I'm not a total moron. But if you think I'm introducing you to any of these women that have ever been interviewed, you're crazy as hell. I'm not doing it. Not gonna happen. Well, it sounded, under the circumstances, it sounded pretty good. I mean, yeah, I mean, unless I was blind, and, I'm the same. I mean, I'm not really too interested in, I had a super attractive wife. I've had good looking girlfriends. I'm an older guy now. I don't give a shit. It's all worn off. I mean, I'm basically rather be pen pals than have a damn girlfriend. But if it came down to brass tacks, if there was somebody wanting to have a lunch or get together or hook up or go away to Las Vegas for a weekend, do you think I'd rather have a 63-year-old gray-haired woman 100 pounds overweight or some 20-year-old with a rockin' body? I mean, this should be a no-brainer to you people. I mean, what's there to think about? I mean, when you cancel long-term relationship off for bearing children, lifelong partners, or any of that bullshit, what do you think I'd rather have? A 63-year-old gray-haired woman 100 pounds overweight, or a rockin' body 20-year-old with a perfect tan? I mean, come on, man, are you kidding? Now, it doesn't affect my relationship with anybody that I've ever had on YouTube. And the reason for that is because, it's just chit-chat bullshit. I don't have an agenda. But if it came down to something like that, you better believe that I would. I'd have an entirely different attitude about it. No, you're exactly right. That's exactly it, Philip. Philip is one guy that I know that will immediately appreciate that these wackos that I had as moderators in the past, he knows what I'm talking about. These girls now, these women now are going out there suggesting that I wanted a relationship with them, and that's why things fell apart. I mean, if you're going to make up a lie and you're going to try and run with it, that ain't going to work. Not happening. Any of them. No way. No, looks aren't everything, I'll agree. But like I said, if as an example, and I didn't want a lifelong partner or didn't want to have children or that kind of bullshit, and somebody that I knew on YouTube wanted to meet up in Las Vegas for a weekend, if it came to a 63-year-old woman with gray hair that was 100 pounds overweight and a 20-year-old rockin' body that was dumber than a box of rocks, who do you think I'm hooking up with? No, Teresa, they're totally psycho. Totally psycho. You're right. That's why I repeatedly say that I'm glad that I didn't get into YouTube till I was older, because I'd have probably gotten some trouble meeting some of these dingbats. There are some cute psychos out there. You know, the kind that file a police report after your first date and you're wondering, why are the cops at my door? We had a great time. Yeah, not according to them. No, no way, cigarette. No way. I can. It looks like nobody's sitting at my seat. Oh, I know, Cinderella. That's exactly right. You know, you guys got to watch it too. I warned you before, but in case there's anybody new listening, I'll tell you what happens. Is Psycho Ollie and her psycho daughter? They don't. If you don't know that they're nuts, they can come across as like charming people that are lonely. Maybe Ollie's sitting over there in her government subsidized apartment with nothing to do. So it's easy to want to befriend him and try and help him. What they'll do is they did this to Jesse. At least Ollie did. They'll get your email some way, whether through it's a chat or through some way they'll get your email. Then you won't hear from them. 2 weeks will go by. You won't be thinking about it. And all of a sudden you'll start getting stalked with these crazy psycho emails. And you're trying to figure out, how did this person get my email? Well, the way they got it is through a nice, innocent chat. And in an act of benevolence on your part, you tried to, tell them to have a nice day or I hope things get better. You didn't know you were communicating with an absolute psycho. Yeah, and time went by. You can't even remember when you talked to this old kook. I mean, you're thinking of, bacon cookies